is love. Love is love. Love is love. Love is love is love. Love is love. Love is love. Love is. When I say love, know what I mean. You are free to. Good night, good night, good night. Good night, everybody. Good night, good night, good night. Welcome to yet again another episode of Everything It's Zoe with yours truly, Zoe. Yes, yes, yes. Ladies, gents, everybody in between, all across the lands, welcome. Everything It's Zoe is a show by yours truly, Xoesazzle, that I designed to explore literally everything from A to Zoe. Kids, I know. Real topics in real time, in real T&T. Sweetie, go ahead, like, share with somebody, and don't forget, once you get in here, love is love, and everybody is somebody. Let's get it going. This is episode 3 of Everything A to Z with not Everything A to Z, or like all of that. Everything A to Zoe. Hey, 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 hey. All right, let's do a little check-in. Good night, everybody. Who do we have on the lives tonight? Who do we have on the grams? Who's there? Can we get some comments, some flames? Let's do a little check-in. I see we have some people here. How y'all doing tonight? Tonight we have an incredible show, and the show tonight is called Lovers Lane Loveups. Nice, just for that, thank you. Lovers Lane Loveups. Yes, we have 2 special guests tonight. We have, coming up later in the show, we have Mr. Will the Wolf, and we also have Zabaka the podcast. All right, y'all, let me tell you, I have such a special show planned for you. I'm so excited. I'm sorry we're a little couple with us behind time. Girl, technical difficulties, you know how it is. And no matter what, we're here and ready to get it going. Our first segment tonight is called Excess, RANT All About It. Not that one. This one up here is already. Excess, rant all about it, right? And this is a segment where, actually, this segment was born for this week, and it was born because something happened this week, and it just kind of brought about a whole new awareness for me. XRK says, love your makeup. Thank you, sweetie. Thank you. Right? So this thing brought up a whole new, it was a whole unique internal journey for me, and it kind of bubbled over in a Facebook rant. So nice producer, let's put up the title again. So let's get it clean, right? So the segment is called Excess Rant All About It, right? So this rant specifically, let's now put it up on the screen. I was scrolling through my tweets, my socials, as we do early in the morning, which honestly we should never really do. And so it just came to me that I saw these 3 different statuses, and each of these statuses were in some way, shape, or form, this extra use of this delightful lingo, which really is queer lingo, originated from queer people and is used by queer people. And one of the statuses in particular was by non-queer person, expressing their desire and saying, gosh, I wish, well, not even their desire, but essentially saying, they are convinced that they were a queer person in a past life. And that kind of bubbled over into a couple conversations online. But beyond the online conversations, what really bubbled over was this rant. So let me read it to you just so that you could get it clear. Today I saw 3 posts on social media that enraged me, and while I rarely take it to the statuses, here's a reminder, darling. From voguing to Kiki to yes to Queen to yes sis to all the other aspects of queer lingo and culture that you have been granted access to because of your Netflix subscription or your favorite female rapper's appropriation of their nail tech, hairdresser, makeup artist, or etc. conversations. Remember when you throw around these words to show the world how armored you are, and when you're tempted to believe you were a black gay man in a past life. Remember the very expressions of life and vibrance and culture that you are enamored with are the expressions that have found us queer people lynched, raped, beaten to death in a jail cell or roadside. And in this lifetime, and more so previous ones, it's taken us an unimaginable amount of daily determination to survive in a world which will stop at no end to see us dead. Still, we are exceptionally full of life because we must be, because the immediate other option would be death at our own hands, for the knowing that this life too hard for the uncontextualized soul. So the next time the word yes leaves your mouth, think of a young black queer child in 1980 making their way to a ball in Harlem with a best friend on the train, and their yes slips out a little too loudly for the group of men sitting adjacent to let this slide by. This expression of joy just became their death sentence. Theirs is the spirit that soars on your tongue. I hardly say much until much becomes too hard to say. All in love. And then I put a little addendum. Addendum. Let's add some more words to it. Read. Shade. Henny. I live. Yes, God. Yes, mama. Death drop. More correctly called a dip. Right? But some of us don't even know the corrections we had. So that was my rant, and it's very important to me to bring it back up and to bring it up in general, because sometimes we go through life and we just bumble through unawares, right? And that's cool, right? We have experiences, we throw the experiences out there, and as they come to us, we move through. Cool. But sometimes in times when things are a little different, it takes a little more introspection, a little more tuning in, a little more of a thought of what exactly am I saying? What exactly am I conjuring up? And in particular, I personally have been going through a phase where I have been having so many conversations with queer people, queer friends, and coming to the recognition that one of our biggest atrocities in the current age is the stifling of voice. You know, and to know that there are queer people in their everyday lives that whose voices have to be stifled, yet there is an entire appropriation happening on a mainstream cultural level of these voices that are stifled on a daily is what pissed me off, really. And that's why that rant kind of came out. I will say the person who made this status did reach out to me, and I've had so many actual great conversations just based on this rant and, you know, sharing of what I have to say. And so I'm just happy I shared it, girl, because it could have just been an honest you, could have just moved on, but it really bubbled on my spirit. And so for tonight, that was my excess rant all about it. I'm not gonna say no more. Right? I ain't gonna say no more, baby. Because ain't no more to be said. Ain't no more to be said. Okay. Who do we have in the comments there, Night? Who's up in those comments? Hi, Mr. Van Colt. Oh, Mr. Van will give us a power to the people. Love it. Right, y'all. Usually I would do hi, everybody on Instagram. Hi. Join us on Facebook or YouTube. You'll get the full viewing experience there. All right, y'all. So next up, y'all know that yesterday, not yesterday, was it yesterday? Was it yesterday, girl? It was yesterday. Yesterday was, so now you can close that one up there. Right. So yesterday was Republic Day in Trinidad and Tobago, not so. So happy belated Republic Day, and usually, you know, every week I give you all a little hot headlines, and to wrap up my hot headlines, I would, you know, throw in a little funny video. But this week, you know, I decided no hot headlines. I'm gonna do my excess rant all about it. But I couldn't leave you without a funny, cute video. So let's take in this video of just a gem that you will only find in Trinidad. You know, this is one of the gems that you would really only find in Trinidad. Yeah? Let's hit them, let's hit them, let's see, let's see. Let's see. Uh-huh. Hey! Something wrong with it? Give it! Uh-huh, show me! Oh, God, good! Show me a hand. Show me, show them. That's how he's giving a little laugh. Hey! Oh yeah! Aren't we a sweet people? Aren't we such a sweet, sweet people? You know, yeah, that was just a beautiful video clip there that when I saw it, I couldn't help but, yeah, you know, I couldn't help but just fall in love. A reminder of there's so much for us to celebrate, you know, in the space that is the TNT. Right, as we said, everything ATXoë is about real topics in real time, in real TNT. Y'all know they used to have that hashtag going around TNT. Hashtag TNT is not a real place. Well, we're realer than real. All right, without further ado, we have our first interview for tonight. I'm getting ready to bring my first guest to the virtual set. Are you ready? I don't know what's going on in the comments there, Nige. What's going on? Steven say yes, that direction make it to I know when he doing the thing, you know where they're going left, right, center, back, forth, but you're going, you know that. Alrighty, so let's jump into our first interview for tonight. This segment is called Creative Corner, and tonight we have Mr. Will the Wolf Let's give it to them again. Creative Corner with Will the Wolf. Will the Wolf is the creative director and artist at 868 Will. But before I bring him on screen, let's have a little premiere, a little access premiere of this music video by Mr. Will the Wolf. This is called Bang by Will the Wolf. Let's take it in. Are y'all hearing? I'm hearing a couple comments here, we're not hearing. Are y'all hearing? Let's say hi and good night to Mr. Will the Wolf. Good night. Oh, just now, Willow. Are we hearing you?
I don't know, are we?
Yes, 100%. Good night.
Good
How
night,
you
my
going?
darling. I'm not too bad. How are you?
Oh my gosh, I'm great. I'm so happy.
Gorgeous, by the way.
Oh, thanks. So tonight's episode is called Lovers Lane Loveupps. So you can't start blushing too soon because we wouldn't have anywhere to go by the end of the episode. You understand? But thank you. I appreciate it. How are you going, Will?
So I'm keeping it together. How are you in these trying pandemic times?
I know in these times of the pandemic, I am keeping it sane, still reminding myself that we still have life and we still have love and we still have, people. And so, things have to kind of go on and just kind of, finding that balance of the new normal situation, but still, keeping on, but still, keeping it safe.
You're right. You're very right.
Yeah. So I wanted to find out. Let's talk about this name, Will the Wolf. Let's help me out a bit here. I mean, how do we enter into Will the Wolf? How did we get there? Tell me, help me.
It may be a little bit more pedestrian than it sounds like it could be. It's really just because I always loved the name Will. When I was a kid, one of my favorite movies, I don't know how young I was, but I remember A Knight's Tale with Heath Ledger. And his character's name was William. And I just really liked William. So I'm really a huge fan of Jeff, even though I was named after my grandfather. He was an amazing guy. And then the wolf part is just because I always felt like if I had a spirit animal, I felt like it's a wolf. And so I just felt like Willie Wolf worked, and I didn't know anyone else called that. So it just felt right for me. And that's most of it.
About is there something about the wolf that connects your spirit animal that you're like wolf, Will the Wolf?
Well,
Because
yeah.
yeah, it's not really sheep. It's not really snake.
No, yeah, no, I think it's part because I do feel like I'm a little wolfy in features, but then also I think it's what you aspire to. When I say what you aspire to, like I feel like there's something about wolves. I find something noble about wolves, and I don't know if I describe myself as noble, but I describe myself as trying to acquire that sort of characteristic.
Right. Okay. Love that. Nobility. Nobility is a pursuit. Come on, Will. Teaching us the things this hour of the night. Okay, so let's talk about Bang. Bang is it your Bang is your latest single because it's definitely not your first.
My first as Will the Wolf. It's my first like as this artist sure goes.
Okay, nice. I love that. And so let's just talk about the video for a little bit. The video was dynamic. You released it, if I'm not mistaken, about a week ago.
Yeah, about a week ago. Yeah, just about.
Yeah, and I mean, as soon as it came out, people were they were ready. They were like, oh my gosh, I love this. From the concept to the visuals to, I feel like there's a cheeky simplicity, also an elevated, it's giving me Napoleon Dynamite at Little Carrot Theater, giving me, like Shaolin, so many references, and I think one of the comments I've heard quite a few people say is it's just not typically what we expect of local, which I in and of myself find to be so self-contradictory because what can we say is typical of local? But I guess that's just based on previous expressions. So I kind of want to ask, where did the concept and the visual, let's talk about the video in particular, the visuals behind the video, where did that come from?
Well, so for me in the last few years, maybe half a decade, between decades, half a decade, I've been a big fan of like Tyler the Creator, Frank Ocean. I mean, I'll stick really with Tyler because Tyler the Creator, and it's not like there aren't Trinidadian influences there innately for sure, but in particular, I always found that Tyler the Creator was so fearless, and he just said, "To hell with it, I'm gonna do whatever I want." Wait, Zoe, I need to ask, am I allowed to cuss?
Yes, definitely. Go ahead.
I could cuss.
Yeah.
I gonna do the fuck I want. Like I gonna do what the fuck I want. And I just think that is the essence of Tyler Crazy. He ain't asking. I'm not quite there. He would just be like, I'm gonna do what the fuck I want. And I think that's brilliant. And the thing is that there's so much apprehension to be had about certain people feeling a certain way about things. And people who I love and respect, there always are some people who will see something like this and they'll be like, they just think it's weird and they don't get it. And that's your arm deeply. And I think like if you're gonna be good at getting through with this, I think you have to get so used to people not getting it, and that's cool. Allow them to, because all the things that make you, that make Zoe,
Yeah.
some people won't get. And that's a beautiful thing within itself, right? You can't be happy without sadness. Like it's cool, but for me, it was like I was thinking about Tyler's performance at the VMAs, and I was like, I don't know if it was the VMAs or the Grammys. It might have been the Grammys, but he went for it, and he just went all out strange. He went on some Black Boy Magic / Andy Warhol. Like he just went off. He's just a genius, and he really stepped out into himself. And for me, I would not dare to say that this is me reaching that level even, but this is just me towards it. I knew it was going to have a bit of a weird response, and it was just kind of letting the inner child play with some of the things that maybe were a little bit more contrived, like doing the Napoleon Dynamite reference.
Right, yeah.
And then other things were just like, I grew up watching Samurai X, and I've always wanted to like be a samurai. And of course I had it in my head, the conversation about cultural appropriation. And like I had it with a bunch of friends, and I was like, fam, am I going to end up being demeaning to anyone? And they were like, nah, fuck that. Like play, just play. And that's how I felt. I was just at play. And I felt like we didn't demean anything.
I will kind of stick a pin there, and I will say, that's one of the points of the video that really stood out to me, was it felt so genuinely an expression of a people. And I personally know that you know all of these people in your video, right? But beyond that, outside of that knowledge, to me, first begin, there was such representation, such what I felt like was deliberate, specific, conscious representation. And I think sometimes we shy away from that because we feel like it's contrived. But in this time, I feel like it's quite the opposite. In this time, it's important, if you're going to make a visual statement, that you ensure that the statement that you're making is balanced and is representative. Especially of a place like Trinidad, we have the everybody, and you put the Callaloo on the screen, and I loved it. That was one of the points of the video that I loved. I have another question for you. That with the video. Let's deal now with this song. Now I know the name of the song is Bang. Now, can we pull up this song again? Could I get I need let's take it back from the top. Nige. Let me get it. What's going on? They don't have to see it. Just pull it out. Just play it. Let me hear it. Yes. Put Bill back up too. Yes. That's a slow inch.
If my best better than
let's put up on the screen, Nige.
Yeah.
Back in your purse, had an honest conversation.
He didn't even drop it. I'm in it. Hey!
She said something.
Hey!
Happened to her. I might be losing your soul.
Oh, pause it, Nice. Oh gosh, we'll be here all night. Well, talk to me about this song. Where did this song come from? What part of your spirit, soul, being did this expression emerge? Because I know this wasn't a mental, contrived thing. Where did this song come from?
This song I wrote on a beach in East Hampton with my girlfriend at that time, and it was a little prophetic almost. I don't know if I remember. It was just like it's almost like I had like foresight for what was coming, impossibly, because it was such a happy time. It was just like a golden time in your life. But somehow I found myself singing about what if my best ain't better than your worst? Because this person is amazing. Is the person that I admire more than anyone else, like naturally. And so it really was naturally written. Like the words just kind of occurred to me, like, what if my best ain't better than your worst? I said that out loud to myself, I remember, because I was looking at it at the time, and she's just incredible. And I thought to myself, this person is always impressing me with their integrity, with their beauty, with their uniqueness, with their caring. And I just was worried. I was like, what if my best is not better than your worst? And then like at that moment, she asked me, do you want me to put these back in my purse, kind of thing? Because I've been ghostwriting for artists for the last year and a half solid. And they will give you gifts sometimes that are kind of ridiculous. And I once had a gift like grills pushed on me.
Yes, well, I remember.
I lose them like mad. I just get them and lose them because I'm an idiot. But she was like, yo, you're gonna lose these. Let me put these in my purse. And I was like, so put my gold teeth back in your purse. And that same day I had a conversation with my mom's, had an honest conversation with my mom yesterday. She said some things happened to her. And I don't think she said those exact words, but she said something to the effect of, you know, like, these things happen. Careful, because I was talking with so much mirth about how my life was at that moment. And she was like, just be careful. Like, because she knew I was dancing on the line. My boy Kurnos at Kurnos underscore would say I was dancing on the line. Like I was kind of playing loose and hard with a lot of my movements in terms of where I was, you know, like not organizing my immigration status. I was playing hard and fast. The point being that things ended up coming to a head where there was like a misunderstanding with immigration, and basically I was kind of forced to come back home.
Mm-hmm.
And when I came back home, I looked to finish a song with Andrew McIntosh, who I have worked with a lot before, and we kind of came together to create a sound that was like, I wanted it to be a little bit of funk tits, a little bit how the bass ran on the song was super important, and I wanted there to be these kind of like smooth kind of synthy elements, and I wanted to juxtapose the sound with the writing a little bit because it's a little sad, but I wanted this sound to have a bit of fun to it because I think juxtapositions are beautiful.
Who did the production?
All Andrew McIntosh. He's incredible. Like he is everything. Like he will do your movie, he will do your music, like he will do your video game, and he's brilliant. He's honestly so brilliant. He's amazing. Andrew McIntosh, I think he goes by Sweth at the SW3FF.
Okay, at SW3FF. We'll see if we can put that up on the screen. That's so great to know. Well, we are coming close to the end of our
Yeah, sorry. You know me.
But I do want, there's one final thing that I wanted to touch on.
Sure.
And so it's fair to say that this song is a love song. That's to say, right? And you know, in your conversation just now and talking about, you know, your relationship with your girlfriend at the time and navigating that and how, you know, the thrills and also falls and flares of it now, you know, roll into this beautiful music. You know, my question to you is, there's something that we, you know, as I don't really have many, or at least up to this point, I haven't had many men on the show. And so having, you know, a man in your generation of the show, there's something I want to ask, you know, to the other men in your generation, is there anything that you would say to them, you know, they right now, especially with regards to navigating relationships, with regards to the way that they treat women, with regards to, you know, is there anything that you would say, you know, to men of our generation? I'm curious.
First off, it's tough to even begin to say enough, but the most important thing is listen. Just listen. I wish I would have listened more. I wish I would have listened more. And you have a lot to learn. Women are forced to grow up quicker. Women are forced to deal with trauma more frequently, quicker, and more frequently. And thus, because what they frequently have to go through, I've seen it with my sisters, I've seen it with my mom, just by proxy, and then I've seen it with this person that I've been so fortunate to spend time around, is that with what they've been through, there's a lot to learn. And if you love these people, then you will listen, and it's super important to listen, and you will not regret it if you do. So just listening, because there's all kind of other things I could say.
I know.
But I think if we're gonna get done tonight, just listen with an open heart. Like listen and really don't do it because it's a task.
Right.
Actually listen. Practice listening.
Yeah, inculcate that. I love that. And that's even one of the conversations I was having with another person who responded to the rant through social media. They were saying, you know, I feel like I just owe it to listen to queer people. And I was telling them, I said, we owe it to each other to listen. You know, each other comes along with such a unique bag of experiences, privileges, but also traumas. You know, we have all in each way suffered and also benefited at the hands of some other group in some way, shape, or form, right? And so I think that exactly what you said is crux and key, listening. I love that. Well, we're gonna cap it there for right now, but I know you're not going anywhere. You know you're not going anywhere. We just have to move on with the show, and we're gonna bring you back a little later. How does that sound?
That sounds lovely, Zoe. That's good with me.
So excited, everybody. This is my first interview for tonight with Will, the Wolf, 868 Will. This was Creative Corner. Will is an artist, recording artist that just released his first video called Bang, and it was absolutely incredible. If you all missed the little interview, don't worry, we're going to chop it up and repost it because it was so fun. Now I just give them that final billboard to cap off this interview segment called Creative Corner with Will the Wolf. Alrighty, up next, something has come to the plate of Everything ATXoë, and I have to honor it. We have this week our very, very first ad slot, right? So we're not calling it quite a sponsorship yet, right? We're not into the realm of sponsorship yet, but I do have available ad slots. And so this week's ad slot is occupied by the fabulous Reem Granola. Producer, let's give them what they want.
A flavored blend of natural ingredients destined for you. Feed your heart with Reem's Gourmet Granola.
All right, Reem's Gourmet Granola. So Reem and Stephen, they are a local couple. Stephen is a filmmaker, and they brought about this incredible product recently called Reem's Granola. And first when I saw it launched on Facebook, I was like, okay, granola. All right, granola. But then when I ordered a packet, I was like, okay, granola. All right. It was like, it was just everything we needed, everything we wanted. It was just, I loved it. I absolutely loved it. And so now it's actually being sold in stores. They also have a family size, right? And it's being sold in stores. It's in its first store, which is in Cascade. I forgot the name of this store, but it's going to come up in one of the pictures, yeah? So I'm, back. My producer's giving me some trouble tonight. I'm trying to communicate, and I'm getting the dial tone, yeah? So y'all check out Reem Granola. It's at Reem Granola on Instagram. It is a delicious, homemade, wholesome blend of 13 ingredients, all natural. Let's put back up that video, Nige. All natural. And, it's this local couple just doing their thing. Stephen and Reem, big up to y'all. Stephen and Reem, big up to y'all. Stephen is a local filmmaker, and Reem is his partner in crime and in passion. And they bring such a unique little dynamic duo. And I think they have one of the little pictures. Right, Simple Choice Smart. That's where it is in price, in St. Anne's. And I think in one of the pictures, we see them. There they are, Reem and Stephen. So big up. Let's run that ad for them one more time.
A flavored blend of natural ingredients destined for you. Feed your heart with Reem's Gourmet Granola.
All right, that was Reem's Granola. Hope you guys visit their Instagram, visit their Facebook. Place your orders, you're not going to regret it. Next up on our show tonight, Everything ATXoë. We have so much more in store. I'm so excited. We have this fabulous interview, right? We have a segment tonight called Sis Chat. This is the first time ever that I'll be having this segment. Look at my producer on the ball. Producer! Nice. Look at you on the ball. What's up? What's up, SMMM? You good? So our segment tonight is called Sis Chat, and it is with Zabaka the podcast with Reena and Tyker. Let's bring them into the virtual set. Welcome, Reena and Tyker. You got a Zabaka. You got a Zabaka. You got a Zabaka.
That's what we're talking about.
Oh my God.
Intro.
That's the vibes.
Yes. Yes.
That is a whole intro. Take it.
I am muted. Don't.
Yes, sorry, Tyke. A little technical. Yeah. Thanks. Let's see how you doing there. You hearing us? We're not hearing you. Thanks. Try. Yes.
Yes. Hello. Good day. Good evening. Good night. Good morning.
Good night. Good night. Good night.
It's Ting. Good evening. Good evening. I like how we all in yellow, and
Yes.
we never plan
We
it.
in yellow. We
never
hotter than the
forget.
sun. We
Never.
hotter than Trinidad sun tonight.
I love it.
Yes.
I love it. Yes, ladies, welcome. We have Tyker, we have Reena. How we all doing?
Thank you so much for having us, Zoe. I've always watched your lives and I always wanted to be a part of it, and I make it. I make it tonight, Olia. I make it. So I'm good. I'm good tonight.
I love it. And you know, I wanted to let the viewers know that's how we arrived here, right? Last week Sunday, I was dabbling at home, and the hot Instagram live popped up, and I was like, "But wait, we need." But
Yes.
beyond that, so actually, before I get into what we really want to get into, I want to find out, how did you land on Sazzle, the podcast?
How we land? Well, we were in a spaceship, and I had started doing content on YouTube similar to this, and just talking real talk and having conversations with people with regards to sex and sexuality, friendships, menstrual cycle. And then one day I invited Reena to come talk with me, and it turned into a thing. And then at the beginning of this pandemic, and we were in the middle of lockdown, Reena and I had a conversation, and I was like, Reens, I think we should do Zabuka live on Instagram. What do you think?
Yeah.
And Reena's a woman of action. So she was like, so we're doing it this Sunday at 8 o'clock. How that's going to tell you? I was just like, okay,
Yes,
cool, let's do it. And so we started checking in with each other every single Sunday at 8, and we've moved it to 9 o'clock now. We've been on every Sunday since April.
Yes. And listen, I needed that check-in more than anybody because the lockdown wasn't doing me good. Just being, home, working from home, not having something to look forward to. I just really wanted the excitement of no rehearsal. So I needed this check-in, and Tyker and I was in situationships and back and ting. So she's somebody I talk to, and so Tyker, she's somebody I talk to a lot. So I needed the check-in. I really needed it. and look, we here, 20 weeks later.
Listen, 20 weeks later. So to know that you all have kept doing this through the past 20 weeks, April, congratulations. That is a feat and a celebration, and so I applaud you, because in content creation is the true crux. So congratulations. I love it. Love it. All right, so I want to get straight into our segment. Our segment tonight, Nigel, let's bring up the band for them, is called Sis Chat, right? And the reason why it's called Sis Chat is because it's where the sisters get together and we chat about some things, right? We chat about some things. So I'm going to place something on the table, and we're going to discuss it, right? And I'll let the audience know that a lot of the things I'm going to place on the table tonight came inspired through your conversation that you all were having on Sunday night. Some of the things I was like, Zoe, do I want to go there? Do I want to dive into that realness? We're like, not sure. But nevertheless, I was like, we could not do this. So my first question tonight is, and also, we want to let the audience know this is to be included with you all. If you all want to pop up in the comments and throw back some stuff to us as we're discussing it, I'm going to have our producer pull up. So let's pull up our first question. Right? Our first question tonight is, what is Lovers Lane Love Ups? What exactly, under banner? What exactly Lovers Lane Loveups, right? That is our first question tonight. What is Lovers Lane Loveups to you? Yeah.
I mean,
So
Tyker, this is
traditionally, Reena, you want to go first or should I?
you.
I don't
You go
know.
first. You go first. You go first. You go first.
Traditionally, Lovers Lane is the portion of the promenade between the bottom of St. Vincent Street and the bottom
Right.
of Richmond Street. That is
Right.
right in front of the Eric Williams Financial Complex, the Twin Towers, and the Treasury border that part of the promenade. From 6 o'clock in the evening, long time. That is called Lovers Lane. Because
That's
everybody leaving work from the government work to go down Lovers Lane to thief a chance. Because when you're on Lovers Lane, you cannot go any movies and sit down because you might have a little something. You understand? You might be in a relationship. You can't carry home the person by your mother because your mother might know you have a next bird or a next craft. You understand? So you have to go in that little section of the promenade there called Lovers Lane. When they build the Hyatt, R.I.P. Patrick Manning, the Lovers Lane move from that little portion there to down on the waterfront by the breakfast shed.
Right.
But that is traditionally what the Lovers Lane is a secret tryst spot. You understand?
I love
When
that.
you're tired, no. Yes, it's a whole different thing now when it comes to Reena. No, I never went on Lovers Lane. I will tell you this flat.
Okay. Okay.
But I went by the breakfast shed. You
I
understand?
have been to Lovers Lane.
Hey!
I have been to the new Lovers Lane. Yeah, I've been to the new Lovers Lane, the one with the ocean front one, you know? Yeah, sometimes you have to meet a person.
Ocean front.
Ocean front, that's right. You might have to meet a person with the hair. You know the hair. And so you tell them right. Let me ocean front it. Y'all
Listen,
put me back, Reena. Help me out here. Am I alone?
I mean, it's 2020. Lovers Lane is in front of Double Palm. That is Lovers Lane today, as we know it. Tyker.
Which double palm? Oh, they take me out. Shut it down. Shut it down. Shut it down. Please stop. No, lock it off. Oh.
Yes, that is the new Lovers Lane, right? This is 2020. We're in a pandemic. We can't be outside. So the new Lovers Lane is Double Palm. You understand?
Yes.
And
I think Reena just dropped out. She'll drop back in. That's all right. Let's move on to our next
She'll
question.
drop back in.
Yeah. Our next question tonight is about self-love as therapy. That kind of came up on Sunday. And so I'm curious, what in terms of, is it manifesting self-love as therapy? Is it engaging in self-love as therapy? I think Reena's back. Let's see. Let's see if Reena's back.
Is she? She could definitely delve a bit more into it because she's recently we're both on this journey, of self-discovery, or rediscovering ourselves as we go through this period of evolution, but it is paramount, in terms of understanding who you are, understanding what triggers you, what ticks you off, what makes you happy, understanding yourself on a deeper level, and then knowing all these things, you're able to action things as you proceed through your own evolution, So, I mean, self-love is definitely therapy.
Right.
Yes.
Please, I heard this was kind of your heart hitter. Tell me, self-love as therapy. Talk me through it.
Yes. All right. Well, I know I missed part of that, but self-love as therapy, if we're talking about it, I know for this pandemic here, I started off wanted a little connection with a little, a little somebody wanting and just craving our connection.
I know it.
But since it wasn't readily available, I realized that it really wasn't that I wanted. I was just feeling lonely.
Mm,
And that is something that I had to come to terms with, because often we don't want to admit that we're lonely, but I was feeling lonely. And I had to admit it to myself, and I had to take steps to deal with it. Not to mask it, but to really deal with it.
and you
And
found
I actually
self-love.
started therapy, you know?
Okay. So then the therapy
Yeah,
became the self-love.
yes.
Yep.
And you know what? I thought
Yep.
that I loved myself. I really did, before this whole season. But then I had to look at the choices I was making that I've made in the past and that I continued to make and the patterns that I had. And then I was just like, you didn't love yourself because look at the choices you make in the situations you're putting yourself in.
Right.
So again, I had to take a step back and say,
Into,
listen, listen, right? And Zoe, you did a live where you talk about, seeing a head doctor. I don't know if you remember that.
Seeing my head doctor.
Yes.
I'm a therapist. Yeah.
Yes. That
Yes.
that live was so important because I remember at that time I did not start therapy. I was thinking about it. I was just like, this is like, is this an expense I really want? You
Mhm.
know,
Yeah.
but sometimes it's just so necessary to do the work and to really invest in yourself.
Wow.
So right now, my self love is being
Yep.
honest
Okay.
and doing the work, doing the hard work.
Right. Okay. Right now,
Yeah.
I would say my
Yep.
self-love is no longer invalidating my emotions as they come
Yeah.
up. Sometimes the emotions
Yeah.
bubble up. They feel us away
Hmm.
about a person,
Mm.
a situation. And we invalidate, we say, girl, use
Yeah.
a big woman,
Yeah.
use a big woman, and we put their ego in front of the
Yeah.
emotion. And so, I've been telling myself, don't invalidate it. When that emotion comes up, let it be,
Mhm.
right? And you may feel it,
Yes.
or you may not
Yeah.
want
Feel the thing.
Feel it.
it. All right, okay, one last thing, and this definitely ties into self-love therapy.
Hmm.
What about worthiness? What about worthiness?
Cool.
Hmm.
Cool. Cool. Mm, mm.
She about
So
killed
let
me.
me is all the listen, every stone like was turned over, in this pandemic.
Right.
So I was talking to somebody I shouldn't be talking to,
Okay.
right?
And shouldn't
Right.
by your standards.
Hashtag people man.
People,
And I realized
oh
that
gosh,
this is a pattern with
oh
me.
gosh.
It's a pattern. It's a
Right.
pattern. And actually, I am still trying to break that pattern. And that pattern comes from not feeling worthy. And I had to say, bitch, you need to do something about this because what we could do, I can't I can't make the same mistakes and do the same thing and expect different results. I need to do something different
Shit.
because I was doing some crazy. It is not affecting here. It is madness. Madness going on with me.
Madness.
It's
Madness.
madness.
What about
So
worthiness?
worthiness.
Yeah, Tykes, what about worthiness?
I mean, this is
Tying into what Reena said, I mean, understanding your self-worth and understanding and it all, as you say, it ties into that self-love, it does um it does play on your mind that if you do you feel worthy of love from others, but do you feel worthy of
yeah,
love from yourself? And that is a hard conversation to have. That's a
yeah,
real
boy.
hard conversation to have, especially
Hmm.
when you've been in circumstances or situations where you have been made to feel as though you are worth less or worth less, worth
Right.
space less.
Yeah,
And coming out of those situationships, sometimes there's a lot of rebuilding that has to get done. And while you're trying to rebuild, you're also trying to deal with all the other other stimuli that's coming at you.
Yes.
And so it is something that we do have to consciously, actively work on every single day, whether it's affirmations in the morning, writing it down, saying it in the mirror, recording it, playing it over for yourself. It's all about muscle memory. We know about that in
Mm.
theater. Muscle memory. That's how you learn lines. That's
Yes.
how you learn blocking. That's how you have to learn to love yourself. Muscle
Mm-hmm.
memory.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Share.
But I could say this recently, worthiness showed up for me in my health, right? I
Mm-hmm.
I'm a overweight. I'm a big girl. I'm a big girl, but it's also a choice that I've made unconsciously. So I have to really tell myself I am worthy to be in this space and show up as my best
Mm-hmm.
self and not be
Best self.
mediocre anymore.
I
That
love
is
it.
Yeah.
something I really had to, come to terms with again. So
Uh,
worthiness is not always in
We
love and relationships, but it's also for yourself. Do you
for
love and
yourself.
accept yourself?
Mm-hmm.
Are you worthy of being your
Yep.
best self? You know?
Best
Yep,
self.
very right. On
Mm-hmm.
that,
Cool.
I want us. We're close. We're coming close to time. So
Mm-hmm.
before we run out of
Mm-hmm.
time, I want us to, on that note about worthiness, and also on that note about other people's property, I want us to move into our final segment for tonight, which is called
Control your property.
Go Bye Bye, right? And this game's Go Bye Bye. This edition is called Never Be Never. Right? Let's bring in Will into the audience.
Mm.
In. Oh yes. So
Yeah.
tonight for games go bye
Playing a
bye.
whole game.
This one is called
Yes.
Never
Hit me with your best shot.
right? Producer, I think we have something lined up for them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So never be never, right? Never be never. So the idea behind this is, of course, there's a game called Never Have I Am.
Mm-hmm.
We all
Right.
but we're not playing that. We're playing Never Be Never. So I'm gonna ask a question, and
Yeah.
you all can only respond with the words Never Me Never. But you could take that intonation. You could never me never, or you could never me never. You could bounce it
All
back.
right, all right. We're going Meisner.
I think I
We're
got
going
it.
Meisner,
I think I
Zoe.
got
We're
it.
going Meisner. I like it. Context, subtext. Cool.
That's right. So good old subtext.
Okay.
Oh, good.
So however you want to throw back the never, however you want to throw it back
Yes.
to me, throw it.
Mm-hmm. Intention.
Yes. And this is our last segment tonight as we wrap up. So we're going to get the facts. The first question is, never me never had a form of public intimacy, more specifically public
A
intimacy
form of what?
automobile, public intimacy in the automobile, right? Where the car,
Never.
where the window does get foggy, all right?
Never.
Yeah, let me hear you.
Never.
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 Never me.
Let me hear you.
Never my
We have to
first.
answer these questions. We have to answer these questions of our mothers in the life.
Tell Ron to
Mommy.
take a break.
I sure mommy got on too.
But never me never. So however you want to hit me, never me never.
Never me never.
Never.
I got it. Okay, never me never have I ever been caught by a parent in the act. Never me never have I ever been caught
Listen,
by a
thank
parent.
God that ain't happened yet.
Never
Thank God that ain't happened yet.
me.
No.
Well, you never.
Zoe Blue Rain. Never.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Girl, of course.
Tight.
Never me never.
Okay. I love it. All right. This next one is
Never me never.
all right. This next one is do you
Right
shine
in this light.
in this light? Exactly. This next one is do you shine blue in the moonlight? Are you skinny dipping in the pool, the sea, or the dark waters? Any skinny dipping or thick dumping? As I like,
No.
no thick dumping or skinny dipping. Neither no.
Never.
my
Never.
God.
This is a
No.
run of the mills. Come, fam.
No. I live a life, Tyker. We live life. Or you
Ty?
Yes.
My girl
Ty?
say I set up get catch.
Ty?
Yes. Yes. But let's put that back up. But said,
Y'all are so boring right now. Well, power to you, my brother. Power to you.
exactly.
When you're wild, you know.
I have. I'm not gonna say never. I have. I'm not gonna lie.
I love that. Almost all the time. Second to last one. Never me never. Cheetah cats. Have you ever been unfaithful? A little reaction. Guilty or not guilty? Never me never.
What you define as cheating?
Girl, never.
Unfaithful.
Never? Me? Yes. Obviously. Fuck. I've gotten like a cunt in my life.
Oh my gosh! What?
Is karma coming for me for sure. It's a ride.
All right.
It's a ride.
Never have I never.
I mean,
Tyker, proud.
I mean,
All right.
I mean,
Last one. Never me never take people man. Never me never take the people man.
Wait, how much is
me?
that?
Never have I ever.
Sorry, not people man. People person. People man or people woman. People person.
Oh, and not get never.
People person.
Me?
I mean, never have I never.
All right, okay, we let it slide. That was our episode of Sis Chats. Sorry, not Sis Chat.
Never me never. Never me
And
never.
it was called Never Me Never. Right? And I actually have somebody
it's fun.
over my screen. Will?
Mm.
Somebody here to take over my screen.
Never me never.
How y'all gonna put that on me?
This has been episode 3 of Everything It's Zoe with yours truly, Zoe. I want to thank all my guests tonight. Tonight we had 868 Will the Wolf in the house. We have Tyker Giselle of Avocado, the podcast. Sorry, him and Avocado. Look at colonializing.
You're proper.
I'm properizing and Reena Christian.
You're proper. Yay.
Y'all give yourself a big round of applause. Thank you so much.
Wow.
Right, and so this has been our episode tonight, episode 3 of Everything It's Zoe with yours truly. Our episode tonight was called Lovers Lane Loveups. Oh, I had such a powerful, fun, filled night with y'all. It's Friday night. This is our 3rd episode. You all know that we are going for another solid, at least 3 more episodes. We have at least 6 episodes to conquer for this first season. And then we'll see when we're going to reload season 2. But maybe we'll do more than 6 because I feel like we have some more guests ready to get in. So once again, don't forget, this is Everything It's Zoe by yours truly, Zoe, a new show where I explore everything from A to Zoe. Real topics in real time in real T&T. Don't forget to go ahead, like, follow, share. And when you get in here, just remember, love is love and everybody is somebody. Be kind as you go today. We have some final words. To make sure that you don't forget. Oh, Whitney says it was awesome. Thank you so much, Whitney. Marlon James says, love this show so great, Marlon. Thank you so much. Roxanne Herbert says, Zabaka, nice. Roxanne loves the Zabaka. Akisha Jones said it was a vibe. Charlie Rising sent some applause. And Melly Jones sent some love. Thank you all so much. So much. We love you all. We appreciate you all. Special thanks to Miss Ali V, Mr. Nigel Williams, right? Ali is our social media in-house manager, and Nigel Williams is our technical producer, making sure that I am on point and looking good every week. Alrighty, don't forget to like, subscribe, share. Yeah? Thank you all so, so much. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. Bye, everybody. Bye, bye.